Track Facts are brought to you by Quaker State, the intelligent oil for longer engine life.
As a driver of the car, handling is the key ingredient to making the car go around the corner, making my job easier. One of the ways that we adjust the race car is by raising or lowering the rear roll center of the car. That's done by adjusting the rear panhard bar. We have several ways that we can do that now that we've come up with some new mounting brackets. Donnie, let's show the folks the difference between the old brackets and the new brackets. Maybe they can understand a little bit better when we say we're going to move the rear panhard bar, exactly what we are going to do.
Sure. What we have here is probably a bracket that we used 2 or 3 years ago. This was the only way we had to adjust this, and you can see the holes are 1 inch apart, and it was a little bit of a lengthy process. You can see how long this bolt is and the parts that we have. We had to take the bolt all the way out, raise or lower this in a hole, and put it back together.
Now we've got the new bracket.
Sure.
Definitely looks a lot better.
Makes my job a lot easier too. What we have here is this bracket with the slots a 1/4 inch apart, so a lot of more precise, more fine-tuned adjustment to the race car. Has a guide slot on the back so we don't lose our adjustment left or right, and you just simply loosen this bolt, give it enough clearance to move the teeth. There it is. 1/4 inch, tighten it back up. Less time spent in the garage area, more time on the racetrack, and a better handling race car.
That, of course, is Brett Bodine and Donnie Richardson, and the car off track is Dick Trickle?
Mike McLaughlin.
Oh, Mike McLaughlin.
Nope, you're right, Dick Trickle.
Ah, for once, mark this day in history. It's 2:53. And we also understand that the 24 car of Jeff Gordon had a little problem.
He's been slipping a little bit. That happened in turn 5 here, or 9, or whatever you call it. Went on the inside. Harry Gant got by him. Then the next lap, Dale Jarrett got by him. And Jerry Punch has the story of what's wrong.
Well, Ned, I just spoke with Ray Evernham, who's on the wall. They think they know what the problem might be, but they're not specifically sure. Jeff has said the car is loose and it's tight and it's loose. The car basically is all over the racetrack. They either have a depressurized shock, so the car isn't responding at all to the chassis requirements, or they have a broken sway bar in the car. But whatever the reason, Jeff has certainly got his hands full. The car not performing at all as he would like. And then they have to make a decision what they will do as Ray Evernham stands stoically on the wall and watches his driver pass by.
We're watching him from Morgan Shepherd's group cam. That's 14th and 15th. Jeff is in 14th and Morgan 15th spot. Let's see if Morgan will make a move down the backstretch.
He might try to pass him as he comes up that corner again, Ned, like the other cars did. Yeah, that's where he's been losing a lot of time. He's right here. As he comes off of here, he comes off high, but Morgan can't get under him this time around. Now Jeff goes a little bit high. Morgan tries to get under there, but he can't quite do it. Morgan's a little bit faster through his turn, but there was not enough room there for him to make the pass.
Well, Rusty Wallace and Wally Dallenbach are waging a nice little fight as they head for turn 1, Dorsey.
Yep. Wally right underneath Rusty. He's not going to do anything with it this time. He follows him cleanly into turn 1. Both cars through here nice and clean. They're going to run up to turn 2. This is a place where Wally would start a run that would hopefully get him alongside to head into the inner loop up by Ned Jarrett.
As we watch those cars come up through there, look for Brett Bodine to perhaps come into the pits. He did not go through the inner loop the last time. He came straight through. We had a report earlier that he had a brake problem, and apparently he couldn't get slowed down that time around, so he went straight through the loop. And here is Gordon. Has been passed by Morgan Shepherd in the sit-go forward. So Gordon continues to slip back.
Back to 15th. 21 cars on the lead lap.
The job Harry Gant's doing today.
Yeah, I was going to mention that too. He is doing a good job.
He's doing a great job. He really doesn't like road courses. Never has, and but he's come here with an open mind. He's doing a great job right now, running in 12th spot.
Maybe he thinks that since this is his last opportunity on a road course before his career ends, that he'll give it a whirl. Best finish here, by the way, was 10th, and he is currently in 12th. And Bobby Labonte has more problems. He's spun twice, and now he's got a flat.
Right front tire's flat on the Maxwell House car. He's headed for the pits.
Still on the lead lap, though. This, however, may put him a lap down. In fact, it will, as the tire shreds.
Man.
Throwing debris all over the racetrack, and that could bring out a caution. We will stand by here and see if indeed that happens. But
look at the chassis, all that suspension dragging the racetrack. But if he gets the tire back on, it won't do him much good because he's going to wear something in too.
He's made it to the entrance to the pits, however. Now we'll see if Rusty Wallace, who was scheduled to come in here, will indeed do so, or whether he's going to wait to see if the caution comes out.
Well, he'd want to pit. If he needs to pit and he thinks the caution might come out, he'd want to pit.
So we may see some activity here. 67 laps are completed, and yes, he's motioning that he wants the inside line so that he can enter the pits. And here comes Rusty Wallace. John Kernan, he's headed toward you.
Last time, a little over 20 seconds on the pit stop for Rusty Wallace. This will be a 4-tire change as they will go around to the left side of the car. Not expecting any chassis adjustments at all. Dale Earnhardt is also headed down pit road. No, they will make a chassis adjustment. Buddy Pierce said the car was fine, but they decided once again to try and tighten it up just a little bit more for the right-handed turns. Right side tires going on, second can of gasoline. Rusty gunning the engine. The jack is down. He's away down to Jerry Punch.
Final pit stop for Dale Earnhardt, or final scheduled stop as they clean the windshield. They will change all 4 tires, fill them full of fuel, as they now go to the left side, or the outside of the car. It's the opposite of what they normally do in the oval. They have already changed right side tires. He has left side tires on, and he is down and away. He's waiting now, the car number 28, as he is to come down pit road. Here is Jeff Gordon in the pits, the DuPont Chevrolet. Remember, they have a problem, either a depressurized shock or a broken sway bar. They are going to try to jack some wedge in the car, at least tighten the car up a little bit so he can make the turns with some degree of certainty and speed. And we'll lose any more positions on the racetrack. He is down and away as they wait for the car number 28 to come in. Here's the car number 28 of Ernie Irvin as he makes his way down pit road. And also they are waiting for Mark Martin, the Valvoline pits. The lead 2 cars making what should be their final pit stop. It all could take place right here on pit road. They have to be flawless here at Irvin. He is the first one in, and we'll check in with John Kernan.
Jerry, Kenny Schrader is in. A 4-tire change is hindering teammate Terry Labonte right behind him. Also 4 tires around and right rear for Terry. Jerry?
Left side tires on Ernie Irvin's car, right side tires now going on as they wait now for Mark Martin. Here's Wally Dollenbach. He is there. Ernie Irvin is away. Wally Dollenbach's crew now has changed right side tires. The SCP crew now, Robbie Loomis and company. What impressive pit stops they've had. Likewise, Ricky Rudd's crew now going to work on the Tide Ford Thunderbird. Here is Dollenbach. He is down and away. Schrader is moving down pit road. Dollenbach smokes the tires. Labonte is out. He is out on the racetrack. That's Terry Labonte we're talking about in the Kellogg's Cornflakes Chevrolet. Here again is in. Let's check in with John Kernan.
Jerry, they would cost a few seconds. Mark Martin is also headed down pit road, but here again, after a 4-tire change, he ran over onto the onto one of the air wrenches. They had to back him up and get him off of it. But Mark Martin, the leader, has come onto pit road, and he is headed towards you, Jerry.
At 35 miles per hour, the lead car, the dominant car throughout the afternoon. Here is the Budweiser at the Glen. Remember, the alternator, that is the key. If the battery lives, they have the best chance of picking up their first win of 1994. Right side tires going on. The Valvoline Sport Thunderbird. 1 can of fuel in. Second can going in. They tighten the left rear lug nut. The right rear. Left rear tires coming off. New Goodyear rubber going on. The car has been fueled. Steve Beal says, out of here. Out of here. 20 seconds flat. Pretty good pit stop for Steve Beal and company.
A big flurry of pit stop activity covered well by our pit reporters. The lead goes to Darrell Waltrip, but he will need a pit stop before long. We'll take a break and be right back with more live coverage of the Bud at the Glen.